Welcome to Rant Rave with Don Michaels. Today's special guest is Jolene Austin. Jolene is running for state representative, this 14th district here in Northeast Ohio. That represents Parma Heights, Camps Corner, West Park areas. And she is here today to tell us a little bit about herself and talk about some of the issues that our community is facing. So, Jolene.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now, thank you for being a guest on the show. We really appreciate it. We really look forward to talking about some of these things that plague our communities and to see what you can do to make a difference.
All right.
So, with that being said, one of the things I like to do so people have an understanding of who I'm talking to is who is Jolene Austin. I notice you have children and you're happily married and you are you're running for office. And I'm sure that has to be pretty tough on your husband and your children. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, I'm Jolene. I'm 43 years old, 3 children. They are 14, 9, and 8. And I've been married to my husband, Jeff, for 15 years. You're right, it is a very time-consuming matter for anyone. I give anyone credit that puts their name on a ballot. It's not an easy thing to do. We've walked over 20,000 doors. We're going out 3 shifts a day. Rain doesn't matter how the weather is, we're out there. We feel that's the best way to get to our voters, to understand what their issues are and to actually hear what real people have to say other than what the media feeds us.
Very true, very true. So I also noticed you have been a resident of Parma pretty much your entire life, is that correct?
That is correct. I moved here at 7 and I went to all the schools here, and my husband and I currently own our 3rd home that we own in the city. We've decided to stick around and raise our family here.
Okay, excellent. So with that being said, you're not somebody that just moved in from Columbus or Toledo. You actually have been here your entire adult life, lived in the community, understand what the community is going through, and possibly the right person for the job, right?
I would say so. I didn't give up. I love my friends. A lot of them had just, same problems that are in our city that have been here since we were children, and they did. They threw their hands up and said, we had enough. I want to stay here. I want to fight for our community. I believe that these are the people that, they correspond with me and I correspond with them.
Okay, excellent. So I'm glad to hear that, and I'm very happy to have somebody like yourself actually running for a position, someone that's down to earth, someone that's been in the community, someone that knows the struggles of parents, someone that's aware of the issues. I mean, these are, in my opinion, extremely important. So you're not some fake person that's got a bunch of money running around and taking this position because you're going to be rich at the end of the year.
No, not at all. This week we had said, a lot of people asked me how I got into this, and I said just being a frustrated resident 6 years ago, and just said, wow, every time I come in here to to vote, it's the same names over and over again, regurgitated. It depends on what their family last name is or how much money they have to run, and people are afraid to run against them because of that.
Right, absolutely. So that's great. You know what? We're going to take a break real quick.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, hang tight. Stay tuned to the commercial, and we'll be right back. Today's show is brought to you by Kessler's Pub. Located at 4809 Pleasant Valley Road in the beautiful city of Parma, Ohio. Stop in for daily food and drink specials, and don't forget to tell them Don Michaels sent you. Welcome back, guys. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the issues. Okay, so we have a couple issues here that I kind of want to get your opinion on. Issue number 1 is the judges are allowed to have the public safety officials discuss public safety when setting bail. So, what is your opinion on that?
My opinion is that any judge that would be against issue 1 would never have my vote and basically shouldn't be sitting on our benches. To not be able to take public safety as a measure when you're thinking about how much bond is placed on a criminal is beyond me, and I still not even understanding how this is even on our ballot at this point. The judges are supposed to be keeping us safe making sure that the penalty for the crime, is conclusive to what the crime is. To say that, hey, he served his time 5 years ago because, he was violent, and for them to now tell the judge, well, you can't take that into consideration when he's committed the same crime again, it's beyond me, and it scares me as a female and a mother in our country.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you for that. So then we have another issue 2, where it's only legal citizens can vote. What is your opinion on that, and why?
That is another one. If we take away the right that if we say that only legal citizens can vote, that's part of being an American. I would never understand, I can't comprehend why you would say someone that is not a citizen would be voting in any of our elections. In this one they try to say, well, it's not for the president, it's not for state house, it's not for state senate, but it's about residents that aren't legally here being able to vote on tax increases, bonds, and what happens in our communities. I find it to be almost repulsive. I am ecstatic. I cannot wait to get there and vote yes on this, but I am shocked once again that this is even being considered to even be put on our ballot.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you very much there for that. Okay, there's another one here. I'm not sure exactly where this falls on issues or on the ballot, but the backpack bill, are you familiar with that?
I am. It has. They had brought it back, and it is now back in, trying to be rewritten. Some of the things that didn't quite coincide with what they felt.
Okay.
But I'm actually a proponent of the backpack bill.
Okay.
I feel that every parent should have the choice, along with their students and their children, of where they go to school. What they've done lately is, we used to have ed choice, and it's been taken away from our area, and it's not right. Not every child. School is not a one size fits all.
Right.
I have 3 children, and I believe that one would be doing great in the public school system, and then I have one that likes more of a disciplined thing to go to the private. I feel that the money needs to be following the student. It should be their choice. The parents are paying this. All of our residents are paying this. And honestly, it really comes down to what is in the best interest of the child. It's not about money. It's about how we can best educate every child in every single circumstance.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that information. And again, I couldn't agree more. Let's see. Looking at some of your plans here, you mentioned that you want to address the constant tax increases. As a state representative, what can you do to help the people with these constant tax increases?
Right. Well, one, I think a lot of the Northeast Ohio area, we have a lot of children and a lot of families that are on some kind of government assistance at this point. I feel like the state is kind of rebooking us, and we should be asking the state for more money, including with grants. Just in the school district that I live in alone, 48% of our kids are on some kind of assistance. Yet they're not claiming that we're a poverty-stricken school district. Yet at the same time, other cities around us that are considered that are getting a lot more state-funded aid than we are. On top of, as we said, a big thing in our district right now is they want a bond for a new school. Well, the state's saying, well, we can give in maybe 37% of the building costs. Other cities around us have gotten over 75%. We definitely need to look into this. Families, we really can't afford the taxes.
Right.
And a lot of us are asking, where's the tax money going? Cleveland, we're always laughed at as being like the biggest pothole city, in our nation. And we're like, well, wait a minute, with the gas tax, with our tolls on the freeways, the highways, everything, where is this money actually going? I think we really need to look into that, and we need to start actually working on a budget. I can't spend more money every month than what my family brings in. Why is the state and our country in general allowed to continuously overspend?
Absolutely. So, with that being said, I just want to talk a little more personable here real quick. You get elected as state representative. Do you have any plans to go further along? Maybe run for Senate or maybe the Congress or...
I think I'd be happy with the state rep. It would already be I plan on winning this race. I'll be away from my family 3 days a week, down in Columbus, and I'm very excited for this opportunity, and so is my family, and we'll work it out with how it works out. But no, as of right now, I think I really want to stay in the House. I think it's an amazing experience. I think that I have a lot of good that I can bring. I'm a typical blue-collar, middle-class family.
Sure.
I'm not rich. I don't have a fancy last name. I don't have a political, background. I don't owe favors to anybody, and I think I'm a clean slate of new ideas.
Very well said. I like it. So, with that said, speaking to the people of the community, why vote for Jolene Austin for state representative for the 14th district?
I'm hoping that all of you will put your trust in me. I feel that I personally and my family and many of my closest friends, we're all in the same circumstances. You know, the blue collar middle class families have been left out. You know, we hear a lot, you know, the rich people that they get these tax breaks or that their kids can afford the private schools. And then we have the low income where they get help with, you know, the food stamps, and they get help with sending their children to the school of their choice. Who's always forgotten in the middle is us, and we're the ones that basically fund almost the entire country. So I think we need to be listened to more, and what we're going through right now is more relevant than any of these lifetime career politicians that have sat, you know, lived on a government pension almost their entire lives. They're really out of touch completely with what our actual struggles are in our areas.
Well said, and again, I couldn't agree with you more. So let's see, now people can find you at they can find out more information about you at theparmarepublicans.com, is that correct? And then also Jolene for Ohio on Facebook?
That is correct.
Okay, so if you guys want to check her out, and I'll make sure that information is in the video as well, so you guys can check out. Now, can they donate to the cause? I mean, the election's just a few weeks away. Is there an area that people can donate?
Me myself as the treasurer, so all the checks were being sent to my home. Also, I'm working very closely with the Cuyahoga County Republicans. Any donations can be sent there as well. And as always, in the video, I'm sure you can put it, I've always given out my private phone number. Anyone, feel free to call me at any time. I'm always answering my phone.
Okay, excellent. So you're not running to hide from anybody. You're saying, hey, listen, I'm the real deal.
No, but
I'm here to make a difference.
Yep.
And I want to represent you, the people.
Correct, and that's how I feel. And I don't like to be told no. And I think it's really resonated with people. Like, I'm not going to give up. We're going to keep, if it's not for me, if for a win, we're going to work with candidates that really have our best interests at heart.
That's excellent. You know what? And you are what this country needs. I mean, to be honest with you. I'll go off on my own little tangent here, but I think it's going to take more people like yourself and some of these other candidates that are here, that are running here in Northeast Ohio and across the country, to actually come together, and we get rid of all these career politicians, every single one of them.
Right.
You put term limits in place. Speaking of term limits, how do you feel about term limits?
I actually just signed the pledge with the state of Ohio for term limits for all. I'm talking from the school boards all the way up. Our area, we're not in a charter. I know many cities in our state are, but we are not, which means we have no term limits. So we have people that have been sitting in these seats for 20 years, and the first time that we even noticed them or saw them out, talking to their constituents, is when they finally had someone to run against them, and they were shocked.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, that is awesome. Well, I think that about concludes our interview here. Do you have anything else you'd like to convey to the community?
Just that I'm so excited for the election on November 8th, not just for me. We are running with a slate of Republican candidates that I could not be more proud of. We got Vance, he's calling us, and we have Max Miller, he's out knocking the doors with us. The judges, every single one of them, they come out every single weekend. We're all together, we're at the festivals, we're at any kind of thing, out meeting the voters, and it doesn't matter what class that we're in, financially, economically, we're all together, we're all in this together, and I'm really extremely proud of every single person on our ticket on this ballot.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself and sharing about the views, about your opinions and views and issues. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll be honest. I mean, as I sit here, you guys all know I'm a little politically involved myself, and I'm really impressed with Miss Austin here. I think she would be a great representative for us in District 14, and I want to wish you the best of luck.
I want to thank you so much for allowing candidates like myself to come on and have a platform.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, please share this video. I don't normally ask people to share videos, but I really do believe at this point in time in our country that it's going to take people like Jolene, myself, and you to stand up, fight back, and let's take out the establishments on both sides of the run. On both sides, we need to put true-blooded, red-blooded Americans in office. So with that note, each and every one of you have a great day. God bless each and every one of you, and bye-bye.